Disney List Time. Take a look at some of the best from across the Walt Disney Company. This time around, as fall sets in, the season of spooky is among us. The best of this year's Oogie Boogie Bash at the Disneyland Resort. Tyler and Katrina had an opportunity to head on out to the Oogie Boogie Bash this week to experience all things Oogie Boogie. And Tyler, what are some of the best things about Oogie Boogie Bash in 2023?
Oh man. I mean, there's so many good things. I feel like Oogie Boogie Bash is perhaps the best event that Disney puts on, period.
High praise from the future CEO, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it might be. It's just a really nice time overall. And as somebody who loves the Halloween season, I got 4 things right here. Villains Grove, number 1.
Woo!
Villains Grove. For anybody that doesn't know,
I'm
it's
mopping.
This pretty cool. It's that they take the whole little children's play area, the camp over in California Adventure, and they turn it into this really amazing. There it is, right there, the Redwood Creek Trail. And they turn it into this really amazing walkthrough that has all these great lighting effects all through like the tree. That's the coolest part. Is there's so many trees and everything there. And when they project things onto the trees, it just looks really neat. And each section kind of has its own villain represented, and it's just really neat. It's just, I walk through it every year. I find myself just staring off and
there's no characters.
Yeah, mesmerized.
You're just based off of lights and sounds,
effects.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
If anybody's ever been to like Halloween Horror Nights or Not Scary Farm or something like that, it kind of reminds me of like a house just with no scaring. Like that's really what it boils down to. But it has just.
Is there a certain section that like really stands out to you? Because I saw from Katrina's story just all these different areas, and I've never experienced it, but it looks so
many good sections.
Yeah, I think I feel like the last 2 sections are kind of my favorite part, because there's this moment where they make it look like it's raining in part of the forest, and then there's like lightning and thunder, and then you kind of turn the corner after that, and there's this big log that's on its side, and they have projection mapping. Wow. I was about to say mapping and happening at the same time, so I was going to say mappening. It has projection mapping happening. I'm still struggling with that.
Say it again.
And it just looks so neat. It's got like these great little sparkles are kind of forming on the different knots of the tree, and
the vines
are
growing.
coming alive, and yeah, it's just really cool. So I highly suggest Villains Grove. Good times all around. My number 2 thing for Oogie Boogie Bash is just the vibes. Just immaculate vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Yeah, just good stuff.
That's what us Californians like. Good vibes.
Good.
How about some good vibes?
I'm just vibing. Yeah. I mean, the music that you hear is fantastic. The lighting is fantastic. Everywhere you go, you just feel like you're kind of in a little more creepy atmosphere. The purple banners with the bats on them all throughout.
Light up eyes.
Yeah, the bats flying out of Carthay Circle, and the headless horseman, and you're kind of hanging out by the headless horseman, and all of a sudden you hear he's galloping around you in a circle, and it's just like the sound that they
all headless.
Yeah, like
headless
with
and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't have no head. It's crazy.
And then you hear the horse, and you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Where I hear the gallop. Where's the galloping coming from?
It's crazy. And then there's smoke coming out of his pumpkin head. It's just
whoa.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good stuff. It's good
vibes.
Immaculate vibes. So just vibing over there. Good times for sure. Number 3 for me is just all the different rare characters, and not even just the rare ones, but the villains you'll see as well, because you'll get to see even villains that have been out before. Like you just get to see like a whole nother side of them, because when you go down each treat trail, each one of these villains is like monologuing at you sort of, and so you get to see them like doing their thing, whereas like, do you know what I mean? Like when you're in the park on a normal day, they're just taking pictures with people, so they're just going like, oh hi, oh bye,
but they are their character.
Yeah.
Right.
But now I get to see them just kind of being themselves and not having to worry about like pleasantries with every single person.
And talking back to people who are waiting too long and causing up like a clog when they're trying to move people along, and they're like, you guys, get out of here.
Yeah, it is
it's
nice.
Really funny.
I'm sure it would be fun being a villain at Disney, because you actually get to tell people off sometimes. So You know, and not and you know, so obviously the treat trail characters, but then also like they had like Bruno out, you know, who you never get to see, and he doesn't have a treat trail, but he's just by himself. Yeah, like Hans was there too. So
What?
yeah, you know Hans. He's
Of the Southern Isles?
Yeah.
Yep. Of. No, I'm not gonna say. Never mind.
He's got a lot of
jerk.
brothers.
He's a jerk. That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna. I was gonna use words to talk about him being a jerk. But yeah, I mean the characters. It's really fun. I mean Judge Doom this year, so cool.
Seems like the runaway hit.
You gotta
whole
watch
party.
it at night.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing. I saw people do Judge Doom in like the afternoon as soon as they got in. It's not fun. Gotta like wait until night.
Because
Yeah.
of the effects, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the effects, but you know,
the
also
horseshoe.
too, like I'm gonna like quick tip here. Let's do a quick tip
Quick
section.
tip.
Quick tip.
Hot take.
Tyler's quick tips.
Don't when you get into this party, like hang out for a couple hours first.
Enjoy the
like
songs,
just
the
enjoy
vibe.
Like, let's take in those immaculate vibes that we were talking about and just relax. Maybe watch the first parade, or even like what we did was when it first got dark, that's when we went to Villains Grove, and we ended up waiting like maybe 15-20 minutes or something. But just relax, because these treat trails, that's like the first thing everybody wants to go see. Like especially like the Judge Doom one. We saw people saying that they waited in line for like an hour to see Judge Doom.
Wow.
Where we literally just walked up. And then the other good thing about it too, when you're doing it later in the night, not only do you just get to walk up and not worry about waiting to even get your candy, but then you can also stand and continue to watch these characters saying what they're saying. And like we watched Ernesto de la Cruz, you know, riffing with people in the crowd there speaking. I don't speak Spanish, but they were both speaking Spanish.
That's
The
really
group was
great.
speaking Spanish to him,
really?
and they were all celebrating together. And
I loved it.
yeah. So it was really cool to see him, you know, reaching out. So that's why I say go later, because you'll get to see even more fun. There, look at this man. He was
Yeah.
he was great. I mean, this was the moving Ernesto to the Hyperion to give him all this extra space was like a really smart move.
As if
because-
it's a real concert.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really,
Yeah.
because you can. And
It's a lot
again,
of space.
we just hung out here. We probably watched Ernesto for probably like 10 minutes. you
Yeah.
know?
With this one, you have to go through the treat trail, and then you cannot, like, you see these people walking, they do not let you stop. They just keep telling you to go, because they made where we're standing the stand and watch area. So there's like you quickly walk by, you snap your good picture if you want it, and then he talks to you, blah 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 blah, and then you just make a U-turn, and then you can go right back in this like little area in the middle and then watch him.
It's wonderful to know that they have figured out that there are two types of people that want to experience these things, and that they've set it up accordingly. Garrett, I'm sure, would be jumping back and forth between lines and sections and
Yeah.
areas to see
Yeah.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
Yeah, Oogie Boogie Bash destroys Not So Scary. Honestly, Not So Scary. Like when I worked that, it was rough, and you don't really get much time with the characters. This, to be able to see them in their zone and actually perform and interact, it's a dream come true for a character performer. I'll tell you that. So, yeah, Ernesto de la Cruz, he's on point.
They bring a
looks
lot of
really
their
good.
world with them, it looks like, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah, I would say, and I don't mean to be negative towards the actor or whatever, but the only one that seemed underwhelming to us was Yokai. I mean, Yokai was kind of a dud of a addition.
I didn't really
unfortunately,
pay
but
attention. I was stuffing my face with birria tacos.
he just like I don't know. He didn't even sound like he sounded like some nerd that was just upset. I don't know. It was
Cosplaying.
yeah.
like it really did. I don't know. It was just a weird vibe over there.
That's
But
too bad.
Yeah,
that was
I thought Mother Gotha was kind of like meh,
she was fine. Yeah.
but it was okay. But other
Yeah.
than that, like all the other, we didn't like watch Cruella because she's been there year after year now, and so we're kind of like, eh.
You hit up the new ones.
Yeah.
Newer.
It's all
And you
about
want to
the-
like hang out there too. So at the end of the night, like what Tyler said is like you can go through, like if they tell you to keep moving, just go in again and watch it, because it's actually really good. And like I'm still just disappointed that they didn't have like a live action Ursula and like a drag queen.
That is just
That would have been so
especially
cool.
this year.
Because
Yeah,
we did
that would've
see
been-
like a drag queen Ursula come through the park though, and I was like, I needed you to be up
Be
there.
up on that stage.
That's what I needed in my life.
Kick Yokai out of there, whatever.
Especially with that film this year, that's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
man, but yeah, it was good. Do you have
Yeah,
another one, or
so
did you go
I
through all
got
four?
my very last one, number 4. Here you go. This is the most important one,
Okay.
by the way.
Very important.
Very important.
Candy.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hey-oh.
Andy.
Candy.
you say?
Advertisement.
We are sharing with the class today.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
Shake it.
you get so much candy, and we didn't even do. We could have got, if we really wanted to make a rush at the candy, we could have gotten so much
Oh, yeah.
more, and we filled up almost like, you know, those like drawstring backpacks that are really just a bag with
No, those are
ropes
called
on 'em?
trash bags.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But we just filled up almost one of those entirely with candy, and we didn't even do every treat trail, so you get a lot of candy, and it's pretty decent stuff. A lot of different types of
Except for
M&Ms
peanut
this
butter
year.
cups and almond joys.
Hey.
Yeah, peanut
Didn't
butter
get
cups.
any peanut butter cups or almond joys this year.
Okay. We
Disappointed.
have a problem here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Well,
Kit Kats for him.
I don't know. It's
Like,
fine.
I can go to a store and get a Kit
There's a
Kat,
lot of
Katrina.
you
I
know
was
a
like,
lot of goldfish.
Just say, goldfish,
Yeah.
anyone?
You know
Hey,
you
you
this
gotta have the cheese with the chocolate.
yeah. You got to skip the. Anytime you see the carrots, you just walk past.
I know that's when you test, like you use your like your muscle strength, and you're like, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
And you
vegetables.
pull all your
Excuse
candy
me.
back in.
Yeah. Yep. It's like one of those. Well, never mind. Anyway, candy.
There he goes again.
Candy's good stuff. I know. I keep on thinking of inappropriate
He
things.
reins
and
himself
guy.
in
I know.
because he's going to be the future CEO.
I
he needs to
I
be.
have to watch my mouth.
He doesn't want sound bites to haunt him. Terry Thompson saying in chat, please don't take photos in Villains Grove. Just enjoy it. Just really let it seep in. And
It's true. Take your time. Don't
yeah.
just bolt.
Exactly. I think it's great advice. It's certainly a section that if you wait long enough to get in, which most people do, you might as well savor every moment. So grateful to hear the experience that you two had, being so positive. Oogie Boogie Bash obviously sold out very early on this year. If you are lucky enough to get yourself some Oogie Boogie Bash tickets and are on your way, we would love to hear from you. Let us know after the fact if Oogie Boogie Bash lives up to the hype, or so you think. We would love to hear that as well. Throw it down in the comments.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.